that up front. And I'm actually was inspired to speak on this by what Jack's topic is, okay? And so, introduction to your paradigm. Does anyone know what a paradigm is? Tracy?
It's kind of how you see the world, but you don't always know that that's how you see the world. You think that's how everybody sees.
Igor?
Paradigm is what you do constantly, from one day to another, repeating the same thing.
It is a multitude of our habits and beliefs. Okay, let me just sit that right there for you. So we are generally programmed on how we act, think, and behave. And so this programming starts at a very young age. It starts the first time we're born. It starts when we're an infant, a baby. We're programmed genetically, we're programmed environmentally, what we teach, what we like to eat. How many people had coffee this morning? Okay, where did you learn to drink coffee? Did you learn it? Was it did your parents drink coffee in the morning? Yes. Okay. More times than not, our routines are learned from our parents. We watch them, the way they wake up, the way they start their day. Okay. We go to school as young children and we are taught how to learn. It starts like, learning, education, it fills our head. The more we learn, the more we test, the more we can, the more we learn, the more we regurgitate, the more we know. We get good grades, we go off to school, people say, here's your degree, now go off into the world and do something. Some of the most brilliant people in the world are also some of the most ineffective because their mind is full of education, it's full of knowledge, and yet they don't know how to put that knowledge to work for them. Now, then there are other people out there who may not have any higher education at all, and they're starting companies and they're making millions of dollars. And you go, how the heck did that happen? How come I can't do that? It all goes back from this knowing, doing gap. What we know and what we do is often a very, very, very wide valley, wide gap. And so we are conditioned, we're raised this way. Schools get us to know things, but how do we put that into effect? Okay? We gather information, and it goes into our work life, right? We go to work, they teach us what to do, we do that, but lots of times we'll be sent to training to learn more. But how many times do people come back and are that much more effective? Generally not. Generally, they'll only retain a small portion of it, or they might change for a certain amount of time, for a few weeks, and then all of a sudden they're back to their old habits. Okay. How many of you have said, I'm going to start exercising tomorrow, or I'm going to go on a diet tomorrow, and the first few days, you're geared up, you're excited, yeah, I'm doing this. And a week passes, you're like, I don't feel so good, I'm going to sleep. Or there's a party on Saturday and you have that piece of chocolate cake and you know, oh yeah, why did I do that? Right? That's your programming. If you know and have the information, but you're not programmed to use it, you're not going to use it. It takes minimum 30 days for us to learn and tell us ourselves to do something. Minimum 30, max 90. Sometimes it takes us 90 days of constant spaced repetition, daily repetition, to make something become a part of us. 30 days. So if you hit day 21 or day 27, you're not done. If you don't finish to that 30 days, you have not reprogrammed your brain. You have not. So how many times as a little child did you do something and your parents will say, why did you do that? It's frustrating. And then we ask our children that. Why did you do that? I don't know. It's this programming that is passed down. The conscious mind, our thinking mind, is our educated mind. That's where all the information goes in. It is what we hear, see, smell, taste, and touch. It's our conscious mind. We make decisions a lot from that mind. But it's our subconscious mind that holds the paradigm. The subconscious mind controls our behavior. It controls the information that we take. It controls our behavior. We take in the information. If it matches up to what we believe in our subconscious mind, then we act on that information. If a new idea comes in, Jack, new idea came into you, I'm going to run a marathon. And your body's like, I'm not a runner. I don't know what he's talking about. So you're like, I tried and it was hard, and there's a whole regimen that you got to get used to. There's eating and training and even sleeping and getting those workouts in that you have to recondition your body for. And if you don't do it, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a struggle. It's going to take you and push you, and you might even quit. How many times have you started something that you thought you really wanted to do and you just quit? And maybe you started it again and you quit. Number one is basically you haven't decided to do it. Not seriously. You were interested, but you weren't committed. Okay? So, in understanding our paradigms, you're like, okay, I've got this paradigm. I've been trained this. It's been given to me. Lots of times our paradigms begin and are seeded when we are just small little children. And from there, our experiences and our knowledge then build upon that foundation. And so the more you know, as we get older, we take in more information, but we find we are doing less. There lies the frustration. You know you can do more. You have expectations, but you're not meeting them. That's the gap. So to understand why you do it, you have to understand your paradigm. You have to understand why you believe as you do and what you believe. When you are aware of what your beliefs are, when you're aware of what your habits are, you can go, I want to do this, but I'm not programmed to do this. How do you program yourself to do it? This is where you can start the change. If you're not a speaker and you want to be a speaker, you have to start programming the change. You don't come here and say, I want to be a speaker. You come here and you say, I am a speaker. Every time you say, I am a speaker, you are more open to taking in the information and the knowledge of what a speaker is, how they behave, and how they act. You start to become the speaker. So I hope that you're starting to understand the power of the paradigm, the power of our habits. Because once we become conscious and aware of these things, that's when we can start to change. There is only two ways to change a paradigm. One is through an emotional impact, and the other is constant spaced repetition. Lots of times, emotional impacts are not the ones you want to change a paradigm. It's the death of a loved one. It's being in a tragedy. It's having a heart attack and saying, oh my God, I'm going to start eating better. I'm going to start taking care of myself. Generally, emotional impacts are negative. So I don't wish an emotional impact on anyone. But through constant spaced repetition, once you identify what it is you want to change, you understand the behavior and the attitude that you had towards it, and you shift that. You shift your blame to an understanding. Self-love, self-care. Okay, I get why I'm doing that. Now I can change it, and I don't have to be hard on myself. So why do people do as they do, and why don't they behave as they want? The answer is because it's their paradigm. So take a look at your paradigms today. Take a look at your behaviors and your actions, and you can look to find what it is that you don't like and start to change it. Thank you very much.